What's up my guys and girls? Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I will be sharing with you, in my opinion, the best horror films of each year, starting in 1973 and ending with this year. That's right, 50 movies total. Some movies I will go more into depth than others, so don't worry about it getting boring. Also make sure to let me know if you agreed, or which movies you would have picked instead. That's enough talking from me. Let's check out what the first movie is. By some considered maybe the best horror movie of all time, The Exorcist for me is the best movie made in 1973, and maybe even the 70s in general. I would say, it still lives up to the hype today, so if you still haven't watched it, don't be such a little baby and give it a go.
You're gonna die up there.
Disgusting!
1974 has to go to one of my all-time favorite movies, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This movie is the first movie I remember seeing when I was about the age of 11. Years later I'm still in love with the movie and watch it multiple times a year. Every time I watch it, it still manages to make me feel uneasy, despite there barely being any gore in the movie.
I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
Now for 1978 we of course have to go for John Carpenter's Halloween, the first movie of one of the biggest horror franchises ever. Some people absolutely adore this movie, some people think it's too overrated. I personally am a big fan of the original and think it's one of the biggest impacts on the horror movie world we have seen.
Surprise, motherfucker! Now it has returned.
You might be thinking, another John Carpenter movie. First of all, shut up. And second, there are two more on this list, so fuck you. I like the urban legend story that The Fog gives us. You can never go wrong with ghost pirates. This is one of those movies I can just put on and watch any day of the week. And for those crying about Friday the 13th being the best movie of this year, grow up. It's not that good.
I think I'll go to Vancouver now.
I think I've watched this movie over 10 times already, and still don't ever get bored watching it. Sure, the movie was never gonna win an Oscar, but what it did give us was a hell of a good time with some good laughs, practical effects, and the start of a huge cult horror franchise. Even though this year had some great movies like Poltergeist, Halloween 3, Creepshow, and Slumber Party Massacre, none of these movies come close to beating John Carpenter's The Thing, to me. This movie gives us some of the best practical effects to date in my opinion, and the plot, a group of researchers stuck in a facility on Antarctica while an imposter alien is on the loose, makes the movie maybe my favorite movie of all time. Next we have maybe the most known horror character ever, Freddy Krueger in Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street. This is one of those movies like Evil Dead that I can just watch any day of the week, multiple times a year. My favorite nightmare movie on the other hand is Part 3, Dream Warriors, but unfortunately it didn't make it on the list because of another amazing movie. Also a big shout out to Toxic Avenger, which is my honorable mention for this year.
Charlie.
Warning you, I'll slit his throat!
You can't hurt me.
No! No! Suck! No, Roger, no! No! I'll get you for this!
This year for me was the toughest one to pick of all of them. 1987 brought us bangers like Evil Dead 2, Hellraiser, Dream Warriors, and Prince of Darkness. But of course I have to go with the best movie on this list.
Jaws, The Revenge.
Just kidding, it's The Lost Boys. This for me is such a good movie. It might not actually be that scary, but I just love the silly vampire story and the 80s vibe the movie gives off. Also I love Tim Capello's I Still Believe in the movie. This year was not packed with amazing movies, so I went with Friday the 13th Part 7, purely for the sake of this scene alone.
Okay, you big hunk of a man, come and get me. What's up, fuckers?
Fucking amazing.
What did you do?
I went downstairs, outside. I crept up into the barn. I was so scared to look inside, but I had to.
What did you see, Clarice? What did you see?
Lambs.
This year also had some tough choices with the likes of Candyman, Demonic Toys, Army of Darkness, and Bram Stoker's Dracula, but I decided to go with Dead Alive. This movie has one of the most disgusting scenes in all of horror movie history. Just search the custard scene if you don't have a weak stomach. Other than that, this movie overall is a great horror comedy, with also one of the funniest endings to a horror movie I have ever seen.
Party's over.
Is that me gold?
Fuck off.
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
Here. This is what you're looking for, right?
Me powers are returning.
The Prize, another John Carpenter movie.
Hello?
Oh, Stu. What's your motive? Billy's got one. The police are on their way. What are you gonna tell them?
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
I'm gonna rip you up, you bitch! Just like your fucking mother!
You gotta find me first, you pansy-ass mama's boy.
Fucking hit me with the phone, Dick!
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad.
Ah!
I can already hear the comments disagreeing, but this is, in my opinion, my favorite horror of 1997. I love the way that Jin always finds a way to screw the victims by taking their wishes too literal. Also, I love the cameos in this movie with the likes of Robert Englund and Kane Hodder. The Kane Hodder scene might be my favorite scene of the movie.
Okay, pal, it's time for you to go.
Ask me for something.
Okay? I want you to leave.
No. No.
Well, now, you'd have to go through me, and that is something I would love to see.
Tiff? Those dishes aren't gonna wash themselves, you know. What are you doing? What would Martha Stewart say?
Fuck Martha Stewart! Martha Stewart can kiss my shiny plastic butt! Stop it!
There they go. Here we stay.
You're paying for my trip, Brownie.
You're on that plane! You fucking brat! Oh, shit!
Creepers, where'd you get so sweet?
Another packed year on this list, with the likes of House of 1000 Corpses, Freddy vs. Jason, and the Texas Chainsaw remake. But for me, Dead End was such an underrated little gem that I had to put it on top for this year. If you don't know it, it's about a family taking a different route on their way to their family on Christmas Eve. But they start experiencing all kind of strange activity around them, like a baby stroller on the middle of the road. You should definitely give this one a go if you haven't seen it yet, trust me. And if you have seen it, we're friends now. Creep is also a movie that doesn't get as much recognition. This movie is excellent and keeps a tense atmosphere throughout the whole movie. You think you know where the movie is heading, but towards the end it starts getting freakier and freakier. Another horror movie on the list that is not taken too seriously. I love the simplicity and comedic ambience of Hatchet. Also, like Wishmaster, this movie has cameos from big horror icons like Robert Englund, Tony Todd, and Kane Hodder, who plays the main villain. This movie is probably my favorite Halloween movie to watch during the holidays. I might even prefer it over John Carpenter's Halloween.
Trick or treat. Birmingham, 1960. Prévisible. Celle-là vient de passer 9 heures dans la carcasse de sa voiture. Cette jeune leucémique vit ses derniers instants. Le mal rend. Celle-là, atteinte de maladies rares.
An outstanding movie from Evil Dead Sam Raimi. I love that you can immediately see that this movie is directed by him. You can see that in the comedic way it's filmed, but it doesn't come over as too funny and is still actually scary. This year brought us giants such as The Conjuring, Evil Dead 2013, and Insidious Chapter 2, but I decided to go with Oculus. This Mike Flanagan film really surprised me with such a good story, which built up perfectly, only to surprise us in the end with one of the saddest endings.
You're all set. You all right? I'm great.
You're making people nervous.
He's in the forest again.
I feel like not a lot of people have watched this movie, which is a shame. It starts off quite slow, but as the movie progresses it is sure to make you feel uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
May my light be here now, guiding me, protecting me.
¿Qué es lo que te trajo hasta acá?
Bruh. 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 Bruh.
You feel it, don't you, Michael? You feel the mask.
Hey, Nate.
Preserved house.
Let's go.
I'm just fucking with you guys. It's the movie X.
It happens after dark.
And that's all for this video. Let me know what you thought and tell me which movies you'd replace. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.